around when I was 8 years old, I was looking to get out there in the woods. I had my blue broken off broom handle that was a lightsaber. And I run around pretending I was chasing Darth Vader under all the boulders, and then I climbed a little bit.
This is Steven Jeffery. He's a professional rock climber who specializes in bouldering.
Bouldering is, you can do it in solitude, you know. You don't have to have a partner. You don't have to wait for your partner. You don't have to wait for anyone. So, I mean, that's what's cool about it. I like it. I like how you have to control everything. And if you control everything perfectly, it feels effortless. It's just this effortless flow through everything. Mentally, physically, technically. Mountaineering is probably the most dangerous, but bouldering comes second because every time you do fall, you hit the ground. If you climb with a rope, in sport climbing, the rope's there to catch it, top roping, the rope's there. But bouldering, every time you're hitting the ground, and that's every time you hit the ground, it's a chance for injury. The line's being kind of figured out. How far can you fall and land on a crash pad and not break your legs?
In case you're unfamiliar with rock climbing, there are several different styles, most of which use ropes for protection. Probably the most famous one, the one you usually see in magazines, is called sport climbing. That's where you tie yourself up to a rope and use carabiners to clip into a metal eye bolt that's been drilled into the rock, and then someone else has to belay you. Essentially, they hold the other end of the rope so that if you fall, you won't hit the ground. But bouldering doesn't use ropes.
You can't fall at this point because you'll get hurt. So your brain changes, you know, it's like, it goes into that survival mode of like, I will do this, or I don't want to know what happens.
Is that part of the draw of why you do it?
No, it's terrifying. I don't want to go up there and die. No. It's controlled though. I mean, everything I do is controlled. I know I'm going to do it. Climbing can transfer to a lot of things. And it's not the climbing, it's the mental part of what you think you can and can't do. Failure. That's all he shows me is, if I don't do all these things, I'm going to fail. And it's like, climbing, that mental part transfers in is that, well, no shit I'm going to fail, you know? Was it Ben Franklin? His famous quote, I found 10,000 ways that don't work. That's not a failure. He found 10,000 ways that are not going to help him make this stupid light bulb.
Oh, Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison was it. 10,000 ways that don't work. And then he figured out a way by complete failure. He succeeded by failing. You can fail easily, so I don't understand why these lazy people or people that are straight, they're scared to fail, don't fail. It's easy. Fail, who cares? I don't care if anyone laughs at me. But go ahead and laugh at me, I don't care. At least I'm trying.
In the movie Star Wars, Darth Vader wore all black and seemed to be at least 10 feet tall. He loomed larger than life, and he seems about as good a representation of fear as I can think of. Fear of failure isn't exactly a new idea. Even as Steven began to talk about it, it seemed almost a little cliche. But then I began to reflect on how potent a force it had been in my own life, even though I already knew better. Fear of failure can prevent someone from even attempting to set lofty goals in life. And now, here I was sitting across from someone about as different from that as could be.
Yes!
I mean, he'd already made a career out of facing his fears.
I was really scared. It's because of these shoes are brand new and they're downturned.
Maybe you should just do it in your tennis shoes. Maybe that would help.
On the way home, I decided it was time for me to dig out my old lightsaber.
Well, everybody loves a Steven. Right, everybody loves a Steven tonight, 'cause he's trying. He's really, really trying. Everybody loves a Steven.
Get up on the hill, don't be a wuss. Grab that guy.
be afraid.